Welcome back to Book Digest, where we bring timeless truth as a reminder of your greatness within, the identity you have been given to succeed in life. Friends, have you ever felt that stirring in your heart, that call to something greater? The Book of Joshua is more than a historical record. It's a powerful guide for courage, leadership, and faith in action. In this review, we'll uncover timeless lessons from Joshua's journey and see how they apply to our lives in 2025. Joshua was chosen to lead the Israelites into the Promised Land, a land flowing with milk and honey, but to get there they faced giants, walled cities, and their own fears. Just like Joshua, we all have giants in our lives, don't we? Obstacles that seem insurmountable. But God is saying to you today, be strong and courageous, for I am with you. Stay tuned because these insights will help you face challenges with boldness and walk into your own promised land. Stepping into the Promised Land. The book of Joshua picks up right where Moses left off. Can you imagine the weight on Joshua's shoulders? Moses, the one who parted the Red Sea, was gone. Yet God chose Joshua, a man of faith and courage, to lead his people into a new season. Friends, each and every one of us has been given a promised land in our lives. It's that dream in your heart, that goal you're striving for, that vision God has placed within you. But between where we are and that promised land, there will be challenges. There will be times when we want to give up, when the way seems unclear. That's when we need to remember the faith of Joshua. He didn't focus on the size of the giants, he focused on the size of his God, and because of his unwavering faith, he led the Israelites into a life of victory and abundance. You see, God already has a plan for your life. He knows the way, even when we don't. Our job is not to figure it all out, but to trust in him, to walk by faith and not by sight. The book of Joshua reminds us that even when we face the unknown, even when fear tries to creep in, God is right there with us, guiding our steps, leading us to victory. Just like the Israelites crossed the Jordan River into the Promised Land, we too can cross over into the blessings God has in store for us. But it takes courage. It takes that decision to say, "Yes, Lord, I trust you. I will follow wherever you lead." So, as we journey through this book together, I want to encourage you to embrace the spirit of Joshua. Let's be men and women of faith, men and women of courage, who are not afraid to step out and claim the promises God has for us. Because the same God who was with Joshua is with us today. He's ready to part our Red Seas, to bring down our Jericho walls, and to lead us into a life of victory and abundance. Applying Joshua's wisdom in 2025. The book of Joshua isn't just an ancient story, it's a blueprint for living a life of victory in any era. And let me tell you friends, these lessons are just as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. First and foremost, Joshua reminds us to be strong and courageous. In 2025 we face uncertainties, career changes, financial struggles, or personal battles. The world can feel chaotic and unpredictable, can it? But God whispers to our hearts, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you." Like Joshua, God calls us to step forward with courage, knowing he is with us. He doesn't promise that the path will be easy, but he does promise to be with us every step of the way. No matter the obstacle, faith conquers fear. Let's stand strong, knowing that we are more than conquerors through Christ Jesus. The next lesson Joshua teaches us is the power of obedience. Remember the story of Jericho? God told Joshua to have the Israelites march around the city walls for 7 days. On the 7th day, they were to shout, and the walls would come tumbling down. Now that doesn't sound very logical, does it? But obedience brings breakthrough. Sometimes God's instructions don't make sense, but they lead to victory. In 2025, are we willing to trust God's plan even when it seems unconventional? Are we willing to step out in faith even when we don't have all the answers? God's promises require action. Faith and obedience work together. Finally, Joshua challenges us to choose whom you will serve. In a world full of distractions, Joshua's leadership reminds us to stay committed to God. In 2025, we have a choice daily: follow the world or stand firm in faith. It's so easy to get caught up in the busyness of life, to chase after things that don't truly matter. But Joshua reminds us that our first priority should always be our relationship with God. When we put him first, everything else falls into place. And you know, spiritual leadership starts at home. Parents, mentors, and individuals can influence generations. Let's be those who choose God above all else, and in doing so, leave a legacy of faith for generations to come. Your promised land awaits, walking in faith and courage today. As we reach the end of the book of Joshua, we see the Israelites living in the promised land, a land flowing with milk and honey. They faced giants, they faced battles, but through it all, God was faithful. And just like he was faithful to them, he is faithful to us. The same God who gave Joshua victory is ready to give us victory in our lives. He wants to do something new in your life, something amazing. But he needs us to do our part. He needs us to be strong and courageous. He needs us to trust and obey. He needs us to choose him above all else. When we do these things, when we align our lives with his will, we open the door for his blessings to flow into our lives in abundance. Friends, you were created for victory. You were created to live a life of purpose and destiny. Don't let the giants of fear, doubt, or insecurity hold you back. Step out in faith, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. Remember the words of Joshua, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Joshua 24:15. Let that be our declaration today. Let's commit to serving the Lord with all of our hearts, all of our minds, and all of our strength. And as we do, I believe we will see God move in mighty ways in our lives. We will see breakthroughs, we will see victories, and we will experience the fullness of his blessings. So, let's be people of faith, people of courage, and people of God. Let's go out and claim the victory he has in store for us. Friends, the book of Joshua isn't just a story from the past. It's a living testament to the power of faith, courage, and obedience. As we move through 2025, let's step forward like Joshua, trusting God, overcoming challenges, and walking boldly into our calling. Want to learn more about powerful biblical lessons for modern life? Subscribe to Book Digest and watch more insightful reviews. Let's keep the conversation going. Like, share, and comment below. Which lesson from Joshua spoke to you the most? See you in the next video. Stay blessed and keep walking in faith. Subscribe for more book reviews and reflections.